Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello everyone. Welcome to this video where we will be explaining about noun vocabulary, which was entrusted to our group, the first group. And our group has 3 members. The first one is Wilnatri Rahayu, the second one is Iwayan Anggawiasa, and the third one is me, Husnul Khotimah. And without wasting any more time, let us get into the material. The first material is about understanding noun vocabulary in English. This material was entrusted to me as the first presenter of today's video, and let us get into it. So when we hear the word vocabulary, we often think of a simple word list. But in semantics, which is the study of meaning, vocabulary is more than that. It is also about how words are connected and how we use them to talk about the world around us. For example, in the sentence, the teacher is kind, the word teacher refers to a specific person. That's what we call a referring to expression. Its meaning depends on who or what we're talking about, whether it's real or imaginary. Now, if you want to understand more about vocabulary, there are 3 things that we need to keep in mind. The first one is the has relation or the part-whole connection. Some nouns are connected because one is a part of the other. This is called a part-whole relationship. And there are 2 terms that we need to keep in mind. The first one is meronym, which is a word that refers to a part of something. And holonym. Holonym is a word that refers to the whole that contains parts. For example, let's think of a wheel on a car. A wheel is a part of a car, so a wheel is a meronym of a car. And a car has a wheel, so car is a holonym of the wheel. Understanding this concept help us to understand more about how things are made or described. And the second one is categories and subcategories, or hyponym and hypernym. Words are often grouped into bigger and smaller categories. Think of it like a big umbrella and everything smaller under it. We could also call it the general categories. So the definition for hyponym is a word or a more specific word in a group, while hypernym or superordinate is the general word of the group. For example, a dog is a hyponym of the animal. An animal is the hypernym of the dog. So the dog is actually the specific word for animal, while animal is the general word for the dog. So when we talk about animal as the general word, we could also say maybe chicken, elephant, cat, and many more. And the last thing that we need to keep in mind about noun vocabulary is the incompatibility, or words that cannot go together. So some words can be true at the same time just because they are incompatible, and this is different from opposite. So opposite is actually 2 contradictory words, while the incompatibility is words that are usually in the same category but choosing one rules out of the others. For example, today cannot be Tuesday and Monday at the same time, or maybe a shape cannot be round and square at the same time, or maybe an animal cannot be dog or a cat at the same time. Okay, I think that's all I can say in this video. Now I will give the chance to my friends to explain more about the topic. Thank you.
Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Wayan Anggawiasa. My ID number A12122-165. Okay, everyone, today I going to talk about the difference between mass noun and cow nouns. In English, this is just a grammar point. It actually affects how we understand and describe the word. Cow nouns are things we cannot, like books, table, or bottles. We can say one book, 2 book, or many bottles. They usually have singular and plural form and work with words like many and few. Mass noun, on the other hand, are things we don't usually count one by one. These include milk, rice, music, or happiness. We don't say two milk or three musics unless we are talking about tapes. Instead, we say things like some water, a bit of sugar, or a lot of sand. These nouns don't normally have plural form, and we use words like much and little instead of many and few. Now, here it can get tricky. Some nouns can be both depending on context. Take chicken, for example. If I say there's chicken on the table, I'm talking about the food that a must known, but I say I saw there chickens in the yard. I mean the animal, so that's a cow noun. Knowing the difference is important for grammar. For example, we say the information is useful, not are, because information is a must noun and take a singular verb. Also, we don't say furniture or many advice. We say a piece of furniture and much advice. So, by understanding how must and pronouns work, we can avoid common mistake and speak more naturally in English. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sulnatri Rahayu and I would like to continue the material from my friends. So, hyponymy is often introduced simply as when one word is a kind of another. For example, rose being a type of flower. However, Randy 1987 argued that this explanation oversimplifies how language truly works. In real-life usage, not all words fit neatly into hierarchical categories. Some words have meanings that change based on context, making it hard to decide if one is truly a kind of another. For instance, the word game can revert to very different things depending on whether we are talking about sports, board games, or animals. To better understand word relationships, Wendy suggested using the idea of semantic fields, flexible groups of related meanings rather than strict categories. Words like tennis, basketball, and chess can all belong to the games field without being the same type of game. He also emphasized the importance of context, as a word might act like a hyponym in one setting but not in another. This approach reflects the flexible, cultural, and evolving nature of language, offering a more realistic way to study and teach vocabulary. Thank you, that's all from me.